Welcome to this edition of the Native News Update on this Tuesday, July 5th. I'm your host for today's program, Paul DeMain. Many of the stories right here can also be found at our website at IndianCountryNews.com, and here are some of the news stories from the day from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. The University of Alaska Fairbanks and its researchers are participating in a study of childhood obesity among Indigenous people. The 5-year, $24 million project is funded by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. The study will pair a UAF team with researchers from Hawaii, America, Samoa, Guam, and other Pacific islands. Researchers will be looking at factors that cause obesity amongst Native children and what approaches to combat the problem are available. A new ferry is set to join the Casco Bay Line's fleet next year in Portland, Maine, and it will be named the Wabanaki. The Casco Bay Line's board of directors selected the name from 6 finalists. Wabanaki is an Indian word or a Algonquin word that refers to the Dawn Land or the people of the dawn, an ancestral land that includes New England and eastern Canada. The family of 2 siblings killed in a car accident can seek damages against a tribal casino for serving them alcohol after they became intoxicated, the state's highest court has ruled. Santa Ana Pueblo's casino had argued that the legal dispute should be handled in tribal court rather than in state court. The state Supreme Court disagreed in the ruling last week. The unanimous decision permits a wrongful death lawsuit to move ahead against the Santa Ana Star Casino near Bernalillo, New Mexico. The case was brought by the mother and other family members of Michael and Desiree Mendoza, a brother and sister who were killed in a car crash in July of 2006 after attending a wedding reception at the casino. It's unclear which of the 2 were driving the car. The lawsuit claims their deaths were caused because the casino continued to serve them alcohol after they were intoxicated. A Pueblo liquor ordinance prohibits the casino from serving alcohol drinks to any intoxicated person. A former pharmacy worker who pled guilty to stealing thousands of painkillers from an American Indian hospital in North Dakota has been sentenced to 3 years of supervised release and 50 hours of community service. Timothy Davis Jr., 28, last week also was given credit for the 1 day he had spent in custody. U.S. Attorney Timothy Pardon said Davis will spend 6 months in a Mandan halfway house and then be on home confinement for a year with an electronic monitoring for 6 months. He also will have to pay back nearly $5,800 in restitution. Davis was accused of manipulating an inventory while working at the Quentin D. Burdick Memorial Hospital in Belcourt. Authorities said nearly 50,000 hydrocodone pills were reported missing between May 2009 and June of 2010. Thousands of people came from miles around last week in Greenville, Texas, to see and honor a legend in the flesh, a white buffalo born in a thunderstorm on a Texas ranch. The rare white buffalo calf, regarded as sacred by the Lakota Sioux and other tribes, was honored with Native American prayers, religious songs, and a solemn smoking of a pipe in a special naming dedication ceremony at the Lakota Ranch about 50 miles northeast of Dallas. Flag-flying patriotism, a steady Native American drumbeat, and scorching heat provided the backdrop for the spiritual event that drew nearly 2,000 people. The calf was named Lightning Medicine Cloud, a reference to the thunderstorm that marked the arrival of his birth, as well as a tribute to the white buffalo born in 1933, named Big Medicine. And today, join us in watching a bit of the Lakota Ojibwe Tribal Governing Board inauguration, where members of the board selected an entire new slate of officers. Gordon Thayer, a previous tribal chairman of the Lakota tribe and just re-elected with a wide margin for change, was elected as the new chairman, with Mick Isham declining a nomination. Councilman Bill Morrow became the new vice chairman of the tribe, outpolling Russell Barber in a 4-3 vote split of the council. And finally, Mick Isham became the new secretary-treasurer of the LCO tribe after Don Carley declined a renomination to the position he has held as far as anyone can remember. or as long as anyone can remember. Each member of the council had a chance to address the crowd of community members, including Wisconsin Senator Robert Jauch and Assemblyperson Janet Bewley, the county sheriff Mark Kelsey, and other civic leaders from around the region. The event's master of ceremonies was a local individual and clown, LCO tribal member, and former chairman himself, John Anderson. Let's listen in on that.
And I'll work hard to expand the interest of the tribe beyond the borders. We have really a challenge in our county here to look at how we can work to bring economic development to our area here, where a lot of our members here. I really appreciate all the membership that are here today that in this position. I want to let you know that we're going to have and I got the assurance from the other council members, we're going to have transparent government. I'm going to even propose that by mid-August, you have to give us time to catch up. I told folks that it's like being in a ketchup bottle for me now. I got to play catch-up. But it doesn't take me very long. And I know that we have a big agenda before us. What I'd like to do is also propose to the council, with your permission, that perhaps by mid-August, when we get things going, we could have our first general membership meeting. I'd like to have that and have that on a regular basis. It's busy. I know being in the position of the chair, but also the other council members are just as busy with the agenda that we have before us. So I'd like to see perhaps every other month to have a general membership meeting. We'd like to really feel that people have a voice. They have something to share and contribute. You know, I think of 3M, Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing in St. Paul. They had a program called Entrepreneurship. It was a way where they encouraged their employees to bring up ideas. And I really feel that, I was talking to Rose Goki here earlier, that, about ideas. I'd like to get ideas from people in terms of how we can advance the well-being of our tribe for our tribal members. And 3M did something years ago with this entrepreneurship initiative, and they've got ideas coming forward. That's where you get these little stickies. These little stickies that you get. Now that came from an employee there, and they made millions of dollars off that. But I also would like to see our people who are business-oriented, that we have an opportunity, to create opportunity for our people to go into business. Let's give a hand for the business people we do have here. We have one out there, he was selling jewelry. Cicely Smart has a jewelry business. There's other, I don't want to miss anybody, but we have the opportunity to really advance entrepreneurship at Lac-Courte, create jobs. We always want to make sure that our tribal members have jobs at Lac-Courte, that are well-paying jobs. That takes time to do that, so we need you to give us time to look at that. Thank you very much.
And tomorrow, tune in to IndianCountryTV.com at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time when ICTV will be live streaming an on-site broadcast of the inauguration of the newest Ho-Chunk tribal president, John Greendeer, all from Black River Falls, and on IndianCountryTV.com. And that is the latest roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. We want to thank you for joining with us. Me, Gretchen. Come back again soon.